So once again, Trotsky is making it very, very relevant for us today, and also, very important to understand. The revolution in Russia was not just won by a bunch of intellectuals in the major cities. The revolution in Russia was not just won by the workers in the major cities as well. It was won wholeheartedly by co-opting the police and the soldiers, and also by the rural peasants. And we have the same issues in America. We have rural people in America who are very, very conservative, reactionary, regressive in their worldview. But yet and still, they are subject to the same economic forces that we are dealing with. Raising cost of living, rising rents, property taxes being through the roof, and economic despair. You know what I mean? I'm from rural Louisiana. I am not from a big major city. You know what I'm saying? But the people in my hometown have definitely been poor and dispossessed for a long ass time. And that applies to those racist ass white folks that I live with, and also to us poor as black folks in Monroe, Louisiana as well. We are all dealing with the same economic forces, but we are divided by caste and race and class, etc., etc. We need to overcome these things, because it will not be a successful revolution unless we are able to co-opt and bring to our side many of the people that we consider our intellectual or ideological enemies. I know a lot of us don't like to get along with MAGA. I know a lot of us probably have reactionary cousins and brothers and fathers and sisters, etc., etc. But unless there is propaganda, unless there is agitation to get those people to understand that their economic self-interest is more important than whether trans people can use their bathroom or whatever stupid cultural shit the right wing is obsessed with, unless they're able to actually see that, we are never going to have a successful revolution in America. Okay? So very important what Trotsky is saying here. Because when the rural people started seizing land and seizing the means of production in their rural areas, like the horse breeding farms or the lumber factories, etc., etc., that was able to disrupt the Imperial Russian war machine. The same way we will have to disrupt the Imperial American war machine, because guess what? Guess what? A lot of those military bases and a lot of those places where America is producing the weapons of mass destruction to rain down hellfire on the global south and brown people across the world, guess where it is? Rural America. In some bumfuck town in Louisiana you'd never heard of is the largest naval base in America. In some rural city in Virginia or North Carolina is a military base or a weapons manufacturer that's producing M16s to gun down Afghani children. You get what I'm saying? The same place where we're selling the weapons to bomb children in Gaza is probably in some rural Virginia city that you've never heard of, where all those bombs are being produced. And the only way we're going to be able to disrupt that is if we have people in rural Louisiana, rural North Carolina or Virginia, whatever, who are actually going to be able to disrupt those factories and those weapons manufacturers, those military institutions or bases, etc., etc. So very important lessons for us here. Trotsky is teaching us from the book. Okay, I'm always trying to make this text very relevant for us, particularly Black Americans, but also just Americans in general, because the stuff they were dealing with in Imperial Russia is exactly the type of shit that we are dealing with now.